Hi.
Anjali doesn't have time to practice. So busy in her job. What, Anjali?
Kind of, but still trying.
Yeah, very good. Great. Okay. So now Hamza will discuss more of your questions. Now discuss something very specific and very different. First thing I want to say and show you is there is something YouTube playlist I have given. I don't think all of you would have even touched it. Ilyas has touched, I know, and he was asking something. Hamza bhai, I'm sure you are not opened that link. Am I right?
Which one, Raghu? The YouTube?
Yes.
No, I did open once, but did not get a chance to.
Opened it. That itself great.
Yeah, I opened it once.
There is nothing like you can make a star message. How can we make it as a star? Okay, whatever. So if you see this YouTube playlist, let me open. Yes, just open it. So in the YouTube playlist, this is unlisted and all the videos are unlisted. Means wantedly I did. If Syed wants everything to be open, I'll do. If you search from the internet, you will not get it. You need to have this URL. This URL you need to have. Only then you will be able to find. So now pretty much all the sessions I just kept it as I used to, because each one, if you merge it, getting so much MB and I don't know, putting into Google Drive, many people might not be sure how to access. Moreover, Google Drive, if you do it from mobile, it's very tough. You can't download and so much of data. If it is in YouTube, YouTube takes care of streaming. And that's the reason I thought, let me put it in YouTube so anyone can read from anywhere. So in the YouTube thing, what I specifically want, this is a Java training. Okay, this is a Java training. You can pretty much see anytime. You can ask questions. Even I kept as a descriptions here. Like say, let's go to data structures and all corrections. So this thing, like you have some content. Usually I put same name and content. Some places, in some places, in the text itself, in the title itself is more descriptive. So you can see unlisted, means you cannot find separately. Then yeah, at least some points are mentioned. If you think you have some more thing, you can make it comment, all the stuff. But this is not discovered by anyone public. It's there, but you need to have a URL to do. We can even make it private. I thought this is enough, at least. So this is a Java playlist. You guys can take a look of what is what there so far. Then similarly for DevOps guys, I did one thing, but I want to share something very specific so that you guys can take a look at the Git. I'm sure most of you, 90% of you doesn't even know what is Git. So Anjali, I think you have some idea on Git. Am I right, Anjali?
Yes.
Okay, good. Have you any time used it?
I just know the concept. That's it.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, you have an awareness. That's good. That's the first step. What subjects did you really study in Masters in Computer Science? How did you manage your assignments? Because here they have this stuff of plagiarism, all this bullshit thing. How did you manage your assignments, Anjali?
I know how to rephrase it. I'm good in rephrasing.
Please tell me the techniques. Maybe I might, it might help me and some others also.
I used to copy the things from the Google, but I used the rephrasing stuff. Like that's it.
Wow, just by rephrasing you manage so well. Good.
Yeah.
Then what else you read in computer science as exams? You need to still write final exams, right? How did you manage that?
As I said, I'm not that much good in programming, but I'm good in theory.
So you know how to manage.
Yeah.
Great. How our mothers do at home. How to manage. Great. Man management skills, you have done course management. Very good.
That's what I usually do. Like even if it's a programming paper, I manage to pass by the theory side.
Fine. Now what I do is, we have okay, very good, you have done. This is a Java thing. Now let me, in the Java training forum, I pasted the DevOps playlist. So what I want you guys to do is, I will paste again Git. There are pretty much like 2 different videos on Git. I'm not sure how much of you can really see, but it is good. So I want you guys to watch videos of day 3, day 4, and then day 6. So basically day 3 is about Git introduction, which we did for DevOps guys. Day 4 is about Git continuation video. Then day 6, what happened is we did some Jenkins related help for Tabish. So he was facing some issues in that way. So we did some Jenkins related discussion and then clarifying the Git related doubts of Tabish. So that way you will see what issues he has faced. So yes, as usual, I'm not sure how much can even open the video. Whenever you guys get a time, take a look. This is a good point for Git. In this list, there are some specific videos of Git tool. Follow the day 3, day 4, it's DevOps anyway. DevOps day 3, day 4, comma, day 6 videos related to Git introduction, usage, and some practical problems faced by Tabish with respect to Git. Because Tabish is a kind of guy, he practices very well, but his grasping is so bad, anything you say, he feels it tough. So it will be a good point for you guys to not to repeat his mistakes. I'm sure it's very tough to open the videos and then watch. Still, if someone of you opens in some time in future, take a look. This is about Git. Okay. Hamza, any questions there?
No, Raghu. Good.
Because just follow, it might be definitely useful for you, and not just you, it might be even useful for Askari also. Yeah, this is about that, yeah, DevOps related thing. Now, that is something I wanted to discuss about Git. Now, let's discuss on your specific questions. Go on, Hamza. Your question was on NoSQL, that Cassandra, what is this, what is that, correct?
No, only 2 questions. What is Solar and Scala?
Okay, let's discuss about Scala.
And what is Solar? Solar is just an operating system, right?
Oh, who said Solar is operating system?
I have no clue. That's why I'm asking you.
See, the Solar which you are hearing is Apache Solar, SOLR, correct?
SOLAR, yes.
SOLR, not LAR, LR.
Oh,
Solar means sun.
Right. Apache Solar, yes.
Apache Solar, that is like SOLR, not LAR.
So one more thing. What was the operating system that starts with S?
That is Sun Solaris. Solaris, it's a very, very old one. Still robust, still very good. Now probably Oracle bought it and named it as Oracle Solaris, I think, probably.
And it's open source, right?
Who said it's open source? Completely closed source, completely proprietary. At one point, it is a de facto one, and at one point, even though you have Windows everywhere, still people used to prefer Solaris because it is so robust. You can literally leave it open for years. It used to still work so well. Amazing operating system. That is Sun Solaris. Now it became Oracle Solaris.
So I can still download and use it as a
No. If you work with it, you will become mad within 2 days.
Why?
You just take a look later on. You Google it and try to use Solaris. You will just get lost. No, don't even attempt to do that.
Okay.
It is worse than talking to your wife or worse than looking into any complex Java program. You just try if you want.
Okay. No
Yes,
problem.
there are people who know Solaris very well, but it's up to you.
No problem. So Solaris, I'll do it online. So other than that,
let's discuss about this Scala
Solar
and other stuff.
Okay, Scala and Apache Solar.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, basically, with respect to these languages, let's make a note about some languages thing, because you should know what language you are actually working on. So Hamza, with respect to programming languages, what names you know in general?
Java, C Sharp, Python. That's pretty
Let's
much.
go from that. Yes, good. Java, C Sharp, Python, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Now let's go from there. Understanding the languages. Yes, we should learn at some point or other point. Understanding programming languages. Java, C Sharp, then Hamza,
Python.
Python, then Scala. Then Scala?
No, I'm not familiar with Scala.
But yes, you're not familiar, but at least you heard the name, correct?
Yes.
Askari, do you want to add any programming languages to this list?
I know someone with the Ruby something.
Very good. Very good.
Is sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Is Kafka a language or no?
Very good. Let's talk about these tools and programming languages. Very, very important. We'll discuss about Kafka. Actually, we discussed Kafka in 1 or 2 classes before. Of course, many times until unless we use it, we don't remember what it is. Fine. Anjali, throw randomly what are the tools and languages you know.
Cucumber
Because
is
Hamza has a doubt what is Kafka. Do you know what is Kafka, Anjali? Anjali?
Sorry, I was muted.
I know you are muted. Yes, go on.
Okay. The language is C, C++.
Okay, let's go on. C, C++. C, C++. Then?
And then how about SQL?
Let's talk about these things also. Yes, we should know what we are doing. Okay, next.
NoSQL?
Tools, Turbo C++.
Yes.
MySQL?
Let's understand all this jargon because it's more important than learning Java or whatever. Okay, NoSQL. Let's talk about this. Any other
MySQL?
tools anyone wants to add? We'll discuss about all these things one by one.
So MySQL is also another or no?
Yeah. See, basically, you can say SQL is more of a database, you can say. You can say SQL databases. Our popular term is RDBMS databases. Let's talk about this. In this RDBMS databases, you can say MySQL is one category. MySQL. Then NoSQL we are trying, right? Apache Solar is one of the category of NoSQL databases. Just let's understand what we are doing, jargon. No, let me put a beautiful table at least a simple table. Come on, Anjali, you want to add some more tools, jargons, whatever?
Tools.
Yeah, basically, let's discuss about tools which you think is a language or which you don't know what it is. Don't know means I'm not saying you are not worked. Don't even know what kind of thing it is. For example, Hamza doesn't know what is Kafka. He's thinking, is it a language or operating system? And if, for example, Solar, he was thinking it is an operating system because he got confused with Solaris, Sun Solaris. Sun Solaris. He thought it is that. Okay, so Askari, what are the tools or languages you think you have? So you heard somewhere, but you are completely lost in that. Anything you want to add?
No. That's what I know.
Is the Ruby is the one with Ruby on Rails?
Yes, the same thing. Ruby on Rails. I know you like Ruby. You like Ruby or Diamond or both?
Anything which is expensive.
Yeah.
It's okay. We should ask his boyfriend, or if she's engaged, we should ask his would-be. Fine. So the hash and then the tool name. Let's have some description. No, I don't want this kind of thing. Description we can have anyway. Then category. Yes. What kind of category is this? Category. Then tools, some description, and last column usually I just leave it so that we can add any other points. let's discuss explicitly about this. Okay, apart from Ruby, yes, Ruby on Rails is a very good thing. Let's talk about that. Because first of all, you should understand the jargon. I mean, you guys should understand the jargon. If you don't understand the jargon, it will be like so many things in the mind. In fact, even I had the same problem. Not only me, everyone. Because you don't even know what you are learning. You don't even know what kind of things are there. It's like so overwhelming, isn't it? How will you set the background color? I forgot.
And next to A, yes, this one.
Yeah, highlight.
No, that's
one.
highlights it, yeah.
I want completely cell. I think cell probably. It's okay, something or other. Now, let's talk about the various things. So within the languages, all these are the languages. But let's put a more category. I will have my point of discussion from Monday. This week was mostly packing. Yes, let's discuss on Monday. Today we are discussing more on jargon of tools and technologies. Yeah. Now, see, languages is not just languages. The C, C++, it's more of, you can say, low-level languages, people say. When they say low-level, it means you can directly interact, take the processor, etc. in a more capable way. I mean, it's very, very, very efficient. So they are in that kind of thing. So let's say a category called programming languages, and you should understand what is what. C, we'll put C++. Then yeah, we can put so much of stuff. Now, let me put dynamic programming languages. Python is a good example of that. JavaScript is also a nice thing in this. Ruby. Ruby is a language. Ruby on Rails is a web framework. Then you can put Java, C#, .NET. C# is good enough. Yeah, C# is a language. Then Scala. So basically all these, I mean, C, C++, they are like more primitive and can take advantage of your hardware, and you have pointers to play with. So you have to be very, very careful with the language, how you use whatever. Then Java, C#, these are like modern compile plus interpretation. What I mean is compile to .class file and then run the respective code on any OS, which we say bytecode in Java, common language runtime in .NET. No need to go each and everything. Point is, these are the similar type of languages. Scala is a mixed type. And it's actually, these are more static type languages. When I said static type means, if you don't put like int a, if you don't put like this int a, you will get an error. If you just put a equal to something, you will get an error. Whereas in Python, you put a equal to something, whatever, that language will understand the type automatically. You don't need to worry. That's what you say, dynamically typed languages. So with respect to dynamically typed languages, you don't need to understand each and every word now, but yes, there are some similar. Now, dynamic programming languages. These are like type is inferred dynamically. I mean, you determine the type from the system automatically. And they are more of interpreter based. Interpreter means it's very slow, definitely very slow. But still, you can integrate with any of the above languages and you can make efficiency. Good example of that is Python with pandas and NumPy. Have any of you heard Python NumPy and Python pandas?
No.
That's fine.
No.
All these things we'll see more later, but we should understand that these are some similar category. This is programming languages. Ek khatam. Now, let's talk about some web frameworks. Even though you guys are doing Java, but still it's always good to understand what is what in other languages. Web frameworks. Or you can say web application helpers. Web application related help for developers. So which is helping you there? Let's talk about Java. In Java, you have Spring Boot, or you can use Spring itself, or you can use struts, or you can use combination of servlets and JAX. Java WS and JAX.RS packages. If you see there are something, you can use REST API, all these things using this. So these are the various things for Java.
JSP is one or no?
JSP is Java Servlet Pages. That's a UI.
Oh, okay.
Java JSP is UI thing. It's more of a UI thing. Java specific we have. Let's talk about Java specific ones. Spring Boot is a more recent one. Spring or whatever Spring MVC, all are related. You use struts, then you use servlets with JAX.WS, JAX.RS import packages. These are all Java specific. Next, Java specific. Now let's talk about Python specific. Python specific web frameworks. Have you heard of Django anytime?
No.
Quite good and quite heavy web framework. Then Flask is a lightweight web framework. You can develop web applications. See, web applications in this case, web services, nothing but REST APIs. That's what exactly we are discussing now. Then Ruby thing. Ruby has only one thing, that is called Ruby on Rails. But it was at one point it was really like very hot, right, Anjali?
Yes.
So Rails is the actual web framework.
Raghu, I have a question on web framework.
So let's go here. Wait.
Oh, okay.
Because we say Python with Django, very, very popular. Python is a language, Django is a web framework. Yes, go on with your question.
So a web framework, can you go back there?
Which one?
Web framework.
Yes, we are web frameworks only. Yes.
So web framework is what? Java is basically.
See, basically, what is a web framework? Is something which will help you to create a web service. Yes,
only web
the
service.
definition. Let's talk about what is a web framework.
Like arrangements, like arrangement of.
It's not like management. Yes, you can say management is one thing. Yes, management is one thing, but main thing is you're developing a web service. See, what is a web service? That's what actually we have been discussing earlier. You create something so that it is consumed by others. That's what in the web services. Of course, I did not tell the exact thing, Here, this is a SOAP service. Which service? SOAP. You create something that can be used. Similar way, we can see the REST API, how it is used, how the REST API is consumed. So let me put some kind of image of what is the REST API. See, point is, it's a service which is on the web. How do you communicate in the normal communication? Using the OSI model. How do you communicate a web service? You're communicating over web using HTTP. This layer only using HTTP. A service which you are communicating over HTTP is a web service. Primitively, we used to say service-oriented architecture, where the protocol used to be, format used to be SOAP. Nowadays, we say REST API. Means you keep it simple and you just use it. See, once we develop an application in Java, then you understand what is a REST API.
Sounds good.
Now, Hamza, go on with your question.
That was the web framework. Can you go back on that tab?
Yeah, web framework is something.
So
is
Spring Boot,
is
I
a-
know. Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Spring is a web framework. Spring Boot, Struts, all are web frameworks. It is Java specific web frameworks.
So there is only Strut, or there is Strut 1 and Strut 2?
Forget about versions. Yes, Struts 1 and 2 is there, and also 3 is also there. I never learned Struts and I'm not going to. It is Jamana stuff. It's like you see, one thing is you take a legacy car just because it's a vintage car. If you show off, people will like it. Other thing is you just like it because you just want it to use. So Struts is something like that. If you want to stick with that, it is up to you. But I would say, in my opinion, no value. Forget about it. Only
Got it.
1 in 100 companies will be interested in Struts.
Got it.
Web framework is something helps developers to create web services. SOAP or REST service, whatever. You can even say REST service or REST API. But in my opinion, that is a web framework. So that is a web framework. With respect to Java, these are the stuff, combination. With respect to Python, I mean, this is a way you're creating a web framework. Now let's talk about SQL databases and NoSQL databases as a concept. Category, programming languages, SQL. Okay. At least, see, we'll not go on deeply understand what is what, but at least you should know what is a type. So this is like, how to say, RDBMS properties of, you say, ACID properties. ACID. There is something called atomicity, whatever. This is NoSQL means not only SQL. Why, I don't know why the name you give, but it is more based on horizontal scalability. Does you know what is horizontal scalability? If you don't know,
It's
just tell don't
something
know.
horizontally.
But that's what is it? What do you mean by horizontally scalable means? Yes.
Like we
that's the
can
name.
add something to it more easily.
No, not like that. It's like you just keep on adding more systems. One thing is you upgrade your system like RAM and everything, only physically. Other thing is you keep on adding more systems. So you're doing something horizontally and it increases more capacity. And this is the thing Google and Amazon came up with some 15 years back, and later on it became very popular. I mean, these concepts will not go to your mind. At least try to understand what is a NoSQL database. I mean, if you see something, Solar or whatever, yeah, it is a NoSQL database. See, what is it? It will take some time for you to understand. It is based on base properties. I mean, these things and a lot of concepts we'll discuss sometime later. Base properties. There is something called basic availability, soft state thing, eventual consistency. This completely opposite is transactional data. See, SQL databases is still good for the banking, finance, all these guys in the transactional data point of view. So MySQL, now damn popular. MariaDB, a version of MySQL. Oracle is still good. Full I or 19i, which Elias was telling. Then SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, Postgres. This is also very popular. With respect to NoSQLs, I think we'll take a next session. We'll talk more about NoSQL databases because you guys should understand at least what kind of databases you have within NoSQL. So in NoSQL, there is Amazon. We need to have a separate section. I will have it. Then, yeah. Document-oriented databases. Yes, tell me, boss.
For Microsoft SQL, what do we say? Just SQL or we say MS SQL?
Yeah, you just say MS SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server. Yes, MS SQL. You're right. But typically, people doesn't call MS SQL. They just say SQL Server. Yeah, it's very confusing. And SQL means structured query language. Actually, the name is structured query language. It has some syntax. It has something. Basically, select queries, insert queries, insert and update queries, delete query.
And for
you might have seen that delete queries, all these things.
Right. And for NoSQL, it uses JSON, right?
No. Don't be that way. That is so different. It's so deep. Don't just go with JSON. Yes, some things uses JSON, but NoSQL is so different. NoSQL is so much deep. You can't just say it uses JSON. It is very, very different. So these are document type databases. Then there is something called key value databases. You keep it more like a dictionary. I think Redis is one of them. Like you can use it for caching. DynamoDB, CouchDB. There are so many. Then key value things. Then we have this Cassandra. These are column-oriented databases. You will see later on what is column-oriented databases because it will take a separate class and it is really worth, I think. Column-oriented databases, you say Apache Cassandra, then Apache HBase, which normally used in Hadoop world. In the Hadoop related big data, you use Apache HBase, column-oriented. I think these are the ones. I think then something called React or whatever. So Apache Solr is a NoSQL database of type document database. Getting it, Hamza? Or confused completely?
No, I'm getting it. Yes.
Even if you're confused, fine. You can look into this video or you can look into this section and again.
So,
because you guys should understand the jargon. You should understand what is what we are talking. Then operating systems. Windows thing is what we have seen like hundreds and hundreds of times. Windows XP. Does any of you remember Windows XP or forgot? Windows 2000 servers or even 2002. Now we have is Windows 7, Vista. Vista is before. Windows 7, Windows 8. Windows 8 was a failure. Now we have Windows 10. Then I would say more focused on Linux than Unix thing. Unix, let's talk about Unix for a minute. This has IBM Unix. Then Sun Solaris. Now pretty much you can say Oracle Solaris. Still some places they use and related. I think there are some more Unix types. Linux. Again, Linux is so divided into subdivisions. So you take RPM based, means Red Hat related. Red Hat, CentOS, then Fedora, SUSE Linux, SUSE, and then SUSE is a German company, still very popular in some people. SUSE, OpenSUSE. This is RPM based. You can ask me if you have any questions here. Debian based, packaging. Debian itself a operating system. Ubuntu, more popular, but it belongs to Debian. Then my favorite is Linux Mint as a desktop thing, Linux Mint. Then you have Kali Linux and also Parrot OS. This Parrot OS or Kali Linux are more famous in penetration testing. Penetration testing thing you use more with Kali OS and Parrot OS. So then we are talking about Parrot OS and penetration testing, very, very famous. We can discuss even more specific to that, Debian. Then there are some more formats like Arch Linux, Slackware. Arch Linux is also pretty good. Slackware, CoreOS. I mean, it just list goes on. Then again, you have types of BSD thing, some free BSD. Actually, Mac is also one kind of Linux. If you look at evolution of Mac, I think came from System 5 or whatever, BSD variant. BSD means Berkeley Software Division. BSD means Berkeley University Software Division. I think it's related to that. Operating systems, this much is good enough. Then, yeah, messaging formats. Messaging systems. It follows a queue-based approach in communication, which is we say FIFO. First in, first out. Then, yeah, we have Kafka, more popular, Apache Kafka. Then we have RabbitMQ, ActiveMQ, ZeroMQ. This JMS API is followed of Java messaging service. ActiveMQ and ZeroMQ, so they are of similar types. RabbitMQ and Kafka, they are very different. RabbitMQ is popular more in the Python world. Kafka is the most popular now. Very good Java integrations, written in Java, as very good integrations with Python as well. Python, some specific libraries also there. So these are messaging systems. We'll discuss some more jargon and very specific stuff. Let me refresh my titles. Yeah. So that's pretty much, let's close it here.